Hey friends, Sean from Draft Therapy here, and on today's review for you, I would avoid the brown acid. Bad Acid is an 8.5% farmhouse ale from Rake Beer Project in Muskegon, Michigan. You might remember I got a chance to try Bad Acid a couple years ago when I was able to film a feature out at Rake Beer Project in Muskegon, which I'll have linked up in the top right corner over here. Now, Rake Beer Project is known for doing more of the farmhouse style. They do raw beer, which means that they don't really get the beer up to a boil. Like I said, check out the video I did. You can find out more about it. Josh Rake talks all about it. But let's get a look at this label. We'll get this one into a can, but first I'd like to thank my executive producers, Brian Kramer and David Jeffries, for helping to bring this review to you today. If you'd like to become a producer, help out the channel, or maybe even just buy me a beer, take a look at my Patreon at patreon.drafttherapy.com, where you can get early access to these videos and a few other special perks that are available only to patrons. Now, Rake Beer Project just made their way over here to the east side of the state via M4. M4 is distributing it, so if you're in an area that M4 distributes to, you'll probably notice that Rake Beer Project beer has been showing up on shelves. So with that being said, let's take a look at this label. This is like a really glossy, shiny label. It's got a lot of kind of embossing on the label, on the silver, on the black. It's really hard to kind of describe to you, so that's why I'm glad this is a visual medium. On the top, it says Rake Beer Project Progressive Farmhouse Ales. Again, it has that black and silver labeling. There's a lot of embossing in the background of the silver and a little bit on the black. It says Bad Acid, and in the middle is a diamond, gold diamond. The label's very gold. I don't know how it's going to look in this recording, but you can see there's a third eye. It's like dripping with just, I don't know, viscera, who knows. And in the background of that, there's a lot of this intricate blue and purple, blue, pink, purple, whatever you'd like to call it. Actually, there's pink and purple dots and all these little patterns and stuff. That's really pretty cool. If we look on the side here, it says Made in Muskegon, Michigan. You can find out more about Rake Beer Project at their website, rakebeerproject.com. On the bottom of the back side, it says Bad Acid Tart Fruited Farmhouse Ale with pineapple and mango, 16 fluid ounces, 8.5% alcohol by volume. If you look a little bit more on the other side, it says Enjoy the Trip. I almost dropped this can just now. And there's a lot of small, really small print here. I'm not going to read. I have bad eyes, so, because I'm old. So anyways, it's a black can. It's a really cool looking can. I'm going to pour into my Draft Therapy Tiku glass here. This has been getting a lot of work lately, but I think it's an appropriate beer for this. So let's go ahead and crack it, put a nose on it. That's a nice, satisfying crack. If you can see from the overhead here, that's a really kind of blonde, pale looking beer right there. Let's put a nose on it. Yeah, definitely getting a little bit, not so much of the farmhouse kind of funk that I was expecting to get, but I'm definitely getting big notes of pineapple. Lots of tropic, lots of mango as well. So far what it says on the tin is what I'm smelling. Let's go ahead and pour it. Coming out really nice and blonde, nice and yellow, very vibrant out of the can. It has a bit of a haziness to it. I'm going to just pour a little bit more in here. And yeah, I mean, we're looking at about 2.5, about 2 fingers ahead on this glass. Really nice, kind of vibrant, and it's just the fragrance off this beer, the aroma I can smell just from here. Like it's probably a good, foot away from my face. I can smell the mango. I can smell the pineapple. Smells a lot like it did out of the can. Again, not all that funky. There is a bit of a funkiness to it, but yeah. So the head is just it's kind of dissipating a little bit, but it's super dense. Super compact, a little bit off-white, a little bit more shading towards that just very pale yellow. The beer itself looks very golden, very yellow. If I hold it up, there is like just a little bit, I can see like a bit of a shadow of my fingers through the beer. You guys are seeing a very bright yellow, almost juice-like appearance. I'm seeing the same thing. It looks very much like that to me as well. So let's go ahead and put a nose, even though I can smell it. Let's put a nose on the glass here. Yeah, it just smells very sweet, has a lot of pineapple. I've been talking a lot lately about pineapple being a big kind of trending flavor or taste, so if you will, in beer, and this definitely like hits that pineapple spot. It smells There is a bit of a funkiness to it, but it smells like a fresh cut pineapple. So let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers. Talking about the mouthfeel, it's a little bit heavier than it's not super crisp, not super like biting, cutting, sharp like taste or mouthfeel. It's got a nice kind of medium, a little bit of a chewiness to the mouthfeel. Once you take the drink, it kind of dries. It gets kind of dry pretty quick. But let's talk about the taste now. As I mentioned when I was talking about the aroma out of the can, out of the glass, wasn't getting much of that kind of farmhouse funkiness. But the flavor itself, the very first upfront thing that you get is, you can definitely tell this is like a farmhouse style ale because you get a lot of that tartness right up front. You don't get so much of like a farmhousey funk, but it's more of like a farmhouse sour. Then there is a big component of pineapple, but the tartness kind of rides throughout the entire taste. So you get that nice kind of acidic tartness going on. You get a lot of that pineapple. Let's see if I do think that I was picking up on a mango, but I felt like it was more on the aftertaste or more mixed in with that pineapple. Definitely getting the pineapple. I think the mango just kind of gets spun into the flavor. The tartness is very biting, and it's biting in a good way. It's one of those things where like you get that little bit of that jaw tingle. That's like what I get when something's really tart, really sour. Not like overly sour, but tart. I get that jaw tingle. And while the taste, when you take a drink, the mouthfeel is kind of that medium, medium category, a little bit chewier. And I said it kind of dries out your mouth. It's odd because it dries out your mouth, but like I'm salivating, with having this taste. It makes my mouth waters a little bit more, and I want to drink a little bit more. So in that respect, definitely a very genius style beer. On the aftertaste even, there's a bit of this kind of funky tartness going on. So the tartness just carries. It's like this entire wave that just rolls through from beginning to the crash of the wave at the end. And this pineapple just gets taken for the ride. The pineapple, the mango intertwined together, just gets taken for a ride that whole time, with the tartness just pushing constantly. Like the tartness is just pushing that sweet pineapple, that sweet mango flavor through, and you get the tartness on the beginning, you get the tartness on the end, and even that sweetness just kind of comes up for air. It just comes up in the low part of the wave, it just kind of comes up, and you just get a good quick taste of it, and then the tartness just washes it over again. Let's get another drink here. Yeah, like I said, this is just something where the mouthfeel really contributes a lot to it. And I feel like you still do get a lot of the pineapple, even on that tartness. When I took a quicker drink like I just took, I'm still getting that tartness through. And it's a nice kind of, it's just like a nice, it tastes very much like fresh fruit, fresh pineapple with that tartness over it. It almost tastes like if a pineapple is a little bit too young, or if it's a little bit too old, like it's been sitting, they kind of start to ferment, and they get kind of that kind of fuzzy bite to them when you taste them. And that's kind of like, I don't mean for that to sound like a negative, but it kind of has that deal going on, because that tartness just pushes, like I said, it pushes that sweetness all the way through. So it's a nice flavor that you get. I've been so far been happy with what I've had from Rake. I did pick up a 4-pack of some assorted kind of like Zodiac symbol stuff that they've done, but I haven't tried it yet. But I think Bad Acid, if you're like somebody that's into tart, or if you kind of want to get into tart, but you're afraid of it, or sours, or, you see that it says farmhouse on it, Progressive Farmhouse Ales, and that kind of freaks you out a little bit, I think you should give it a shot. It's got a lot of tartness to it, but it's not overpowering. It's very complimentary. And that sweetness of the pineapple, the mango, that fresh cut pineapple flavor really enhances that tartness, and the tartness enhances the pineapple. If you are someone that's a fan of pineapple flavor, and you've noticed that a lot of these new beers that are coming out that have that pineapple flavor, and you want to try something that's not an IPA with a lot of pineapple taste, I think Bad Acid is right up your alley. All right, friends, that has been Bad Acid from Rake Beer Project in Muskegon, Michigan. Have you had this beer? Do you have any other farmhouse favorites you'd like to see, or any other ones that you think I should try? Let me know in the comments down below while you're down there. If you like beer, You might want to subscribe and click that bell. I'm here talking about beer twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's all for free for viewers just like you, and you might miss your newest favorite if you're not subscribed to get those notifications. So until next time, I'm Sean from Draft Therapy. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, drink craft beer, support your local breweries. These guys are in Muskegon, Michigan. And until next time, don't forget to treat yourself to a little draft therapy. Thanks for watching. See ya. Cheers.